If you live in the United States or even the UK, why should you care about the monarchy? The Heritage Foundation, which is a right-wing think tank in the United States, has a strange obsession with the British monarchy and uses words like authority, tradition, and biblical religion for reasons we should care about the monarchy. But my reasons are very different. My reasons for caring about the monarchy in 2023 are a little bit different and include exposing corruption, access to a free press, transparency, psychological manipulation, a government of the people, by the people, for the people, and keeping people like George Santos out of office. And yes, I can connect the two. I will do so in a later video. But why should you listen to this random woman on your screen? Well, I will give you some of my qualifications. This gorgeous woman, Lady Diana Spencer, aka Princess Diana, is my 8th cousin, twice removed. Even though she's my 8th cousin, we have over 330 ancestors in common going back to the late 1400s because our family liked to keep it in the family and our tree is more of a wreath than a tree. In addition to our DNA, I found that we have some other things in common that are quite fun. Our favorite dessert is bread pudding. We both had pet rabbits as children. If you're into astrology, we both are Cancer suns. We both have 2 human sons, and we both went through divorces when we were 35. I'll leave it at that. This literal queen, Queen Elizabeth II, and I are 9th cousins, and we have about 130 ancestors in common, so we share a lot of DNA as well. A few things that Queen Elizabeth and I have in common is that we both are extremely sarcastic and love animals. This kingly looking gentleman holding the bird is my 14th great grandpa, King James IV of Scotland. Although I can't tell you a lot about Grandpa James here, I can tell you that we both love philosophy, the arts, education, and obviously birds. I'm obsessed with birds. But unlike Grandpa James, I did not grow up in a palace and I cannot speak multiple languages. Why am I talking about these random people? Do I think I'm better than anyone else? Absolutely not. Do I acknowledge that the royal family has done some extremely messed up things throughout the centuries? 100%, and that needs to be addressed. Will I ever call myself a royal expert, or am I a royal expert? Absolutely not, and I think the term royal expert is the cringiest thing you could ever say. But there are certain cousins of mine who I almost feel motherly towards, and I feel like this needs to be addressed because what is going on over there right now is not okay. The other reason I feel qualified to talk about this is because a lot of my content deals with cybersecurity. Like many members of the royal family, I too have been cyber stalked. I've had to deal with multiple online accounts getting broken into. I've had to deal with social engineering. I've had to deal with identity theft. I've had to deal with spyware on my devices. I've had to deal with a GPS unit on the inside shell of my car so I wouldn't know about it. I have been followed. I have found listening devices, and there's probably a lot more that I'm not thinking about right now, but the point is, it is extremely scary. To echo what Prince Harry said in court, it's an extremely horrible experience because you feel like you can't trust anybody. You feel paranoid. Even though you have a right to be paranoid, you try to set up traps to figure out who is leaking information, and it's really scary. And I just dealt with it personally. I didn't have to deal with it on a global level like Prince Harry. Honestly, there were some days where I didn't know how I was going to get to the next day because it was that bad and I was that scared. But there must be something in the royal DNA because my DNA test said that I do handle stress better than others, and I dug my heels in and decided to get to work, research, and do what I do best, and somehow got through it. And that's what I have done with the royal family and Prince Harry, and boy, the tea is so hot, you're gonna have to let it cool down before you drink it.